In this video, we're going to continue with some freeform techniques for modeling with polygons. This allows you to model a little more fluidly, a little more sculptural, a little more like you would naturally with clay or like some kind of forming object. A little less rectilinear like we have been doing with like tables and square objects and things like that. So again, we're going to start with our usual, handy cube here. Almost everything in Maya will start with that. I mean, you can model with all kinds of objects in Maya, but from a cube, you can actually get to almost anything. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to hit Shift F. Okay, zoom in each window. All right, so what I'm going to do is go to our perspective window here. Okay, so we have our usual little cube. We're going to go to our modeling toolkit here. Okay. So with this one, I'm going to go over, normally you can, pick your polygons here, right? And then you can pick them, you can move them. So I press W for move. You can move them around, all over, you like stuff, okay? So you just keep moving things. And a lot of times you will do this. A lot of times you're going to start, in general, you're going to try and start with the most simple form possible and get the shape you want. And we'll go over some pretty extensive organic forms with image planes and kind of creating a model of that. But what I'm going to do is, we're not going to be doing something so specific this time. What I want to do is just show you some tools, some nice ways for grabbing things and just for free form modeling. So this is just, you want to pop something up and you want to kind of make something, okay? So there's something called soft selection, which we touched on briefly when we went over the modeling toolkit. Soft selection depends on having a bit of resolution on an object here, okay? So what we need to do is give this model some resolution here, okay? So for a lot of the free-form modeling, some rounder forms usually are nice. So I'm not going to just add divisions because that would make this very square object, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a smooth, okay? So I want more divisions. This is a little chunky. I need something pretty high in divisions. So I'm going to type in 4, okay? So there we go. So now we got this pretty dense object here, okay? I don't need grid for this. So we're going away from grid. This stuff is, like I said, free form. Okay, so normally, if we wanted to pick on something, just want to pick commands, and now I want to just pick on the face here. Okay. So, if I wanted to move that, I can just press W, or I can go to the move command. Move it out. So, and that's fine. I can do that. I could single pick a bunch of these other polygons too if I wanted to maybe not make this so harsh. I don't want this like dart going out from here. All right. So now say I wanted to move those out, you can do it, right? But it's still, it's got this kind of stepping to it. It's not really what you want. So, maybe you want a kind of wider area to move out. So let me just do Control Z, all this stuff. All right, so then maybe you want to do faces, right? So we could pick, we can, shift select all these. Okay, or here's a time too where you can start introducing a few other tools here. You can use this little brush tool here, brush select. Okay. And then I want to go back to normal picking. So I'm going to get a couple of the last ones here. Okay. All right, so now I got a wider area, so I can move that. So I move command there, and I'll start pulling on stuff. Oh, yeah, that works. That's okay. But it's like moving this plane out here from there, right? So maybe I want to try something different. I really want something smoother, okay? So here's where this soft select comes in. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick one of these, right? Pick here. I'll hit the center of these, okay? Yeah, all right. So again, I already showed what happens there, right? So maybe I want to smooth it. I want to move this kind of like a rubbery, move like a whole bunch of it, a piece of clay. Right, so there's this soft select here, okay? So now watch out, there's a little bit of a bug here in the modeling toolkit. So to trigger soft select, type B. B will give you soft selection, okay? That starts soft selection, right? And then all of a sudden this frees up, and now you can see stuff in here. Now you can type numbers in here. Right? So there's those numbers here. So if I type 1, that makes the soft selection a little smaller. If I wanted to do 0.5, right? So there's a little smaller of an area. Maybe I want it to be larger, 2. Okay, so now we're going all the way back there. Probably don't want it that much. So what's happening now, let me go back to 1. So okay, go back to 1. What happens is, now let me pull on this and I'll explain. Now look what's happening. So basically the area that's, hard yellow here, that's where you have your strongest influence. And then it falls off, right? So you have fall off. So as it goes to orange and then to red and then kind of to the blue purple of the actual selection set from in component mode, that's what happens. Okay, so let me show you some different ways what it'll look like. Okay, so if we type in 2 over here, then you'd have this big, that would be nice, because then you can move the whole ball here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do Control Z. So I also too want to show you how, say you don't have this over here. Say you want to control this from just from here in the screen. If you keep holding down the B key and you move your mouse up or down, left mouse button, and move it up or down, what it does is it will make it smaller. Okay? So now you see, now all of a sudden I have this very discrete, smaller area. Because maybe I want to make a nose or something. Right? Okay. So, you can keep doing this. So that 2 worked for like really working like a big area. And then we're going to do that. I'm going to go here. Okay. And then put something over here, to make it a little smaller. Put my B key. Streamline there. Okay. Maybe I want to pull this down. Really wide here. All the way to there. Right. Pull it down. And also too, your mirroring tools work as well with these. So I'm going to put my symmetry on here. Active X. So you notice now I'm hitting it over here. Probably going to be a little big, but you notice the same thing over there. And pull it out. Okay. And line this up. Okay, sometimes too, having symmetry on is nice because it will tell you where the center line is. Right? And then if you're doing symmetry from here, it doesn't really affect them. So, maybe I want to be a little smaller there. Go. Go. That one bigger. So you can see, now you can actually start pulling stuff around, and this is, you're on the way to more digital type sculpting. I would suggest, this has its limits, so I would suggest doing kind of more abstract-y type forms with this. It's a little hard to do this style to get a super refined piece, but a lot of times what you'll do, and we'll get to lessons like that, where we're going to move the larger gross forms to, to fit like an image that we want, and then later, then we're going to take it in and really hit it with the the tighter sculpt tools, and that becomes very powerful. So that's a nice way to model things. And even when you're doing other kinds of modeling, sometimes you just want to select an area thing, so you put on the soft selection. Okay. So there you go. That's soft selection. So that's a neat little handy tool to have in your little toolbox. Okay. All right. So we'll end this lesson and go on to another one.